So today, since Godzilla vs. Kong's coming out next week, I thought we would have a discussion about the Titan versus Titan.
It's our favorite mashup. It's a mash build to be loved.
A Titan against the Titan!
You know, sort of like these two giants battling it out in the ring.
I mean like this?
No, not like those guys. More like the stuff coming out on HBO Max next week with two giant kaijus battling it in the sea.
Oh, the new Power Ranger movie.
No! Power Ranger movie. No, we're not gonna get this right today. So in the meantime, join us for Godzilla vs. Kong.
Right after this.
Welcome to Whiskey Pop. My name's Jeff.
And I'm Zane.
And today we're gonna talk about
The love I have for Godzilla.
and Kong.
Oh, and Kong.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I know.
So before we talk about that though, we should probably talk about
What we are going to drink.
what are we drinking today?
NATTERJACK.
NATTERJACK. That's a new Irish whiskey, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've only had a little bit.
And
Oh, wait a minute. Or have
we
I?
have more in a little bit. But it is a new Irish whiskey. They're doing a little bit things different. So I
Yeah.
think we should crack this puppy open.
Sounds awesome.
You know, it's funny. There's not a lot of peat supposed to be available, but you can kind of get a little bit of peatiness out of it, even for an Irish whiskey.
Yeah, there's something like that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely. Let's go in.
That's not bad.
That's not bad, right?
No, that's not bad.
That's almost like a between Scotch Irish whiskey right there. So,
Yeah.
if like I said, if you want to know more about it, catch us later this week.
On second pour.
In the meantime,
Godzilla versus Kong.
where did these guys come from? So, since you're such a Godzilla fan, I don't know anybody else who could explain this better than you.
No, it's just going to be a crash course.
Crash Course Godzilla.
1954,
Yeah,
the release of the Godzilla movie.
that's right.
It's a satire about the avarice of nuclear fallout, nuclear problems because of World War II.
Now, Godzilla since then has fought many a foe.
Yes,
He's
it
sometimes like the protector and the destroyer.
He can be a protector. Sometimes he is the destroyer, and sometimes he's almost pet-like.
Now, how many movies has Godzilla actually been in?
I would say 7,000 movies.
So it's a lot.
Yeah, no, there is a movie for nearly every day of your life right now.
Okay, so his opponent,
Yes.
King Mother Kong,
Meet
right?
King Kong.
King Kong's been around since 1933. Exploded, did really well in 1933. We get that climactic end with Kong on the Empire State Building, which we have seen in countless movies and commercials and everything ever since. At that time, Kong was around 18 feet, but
Right.
the guy who created it actually intended him to be 50, but they didn't know how to figure that out back in the 1930s. And there's
Like
the
with Jeff
70s, the
Bridges.
70s King Kong,
Yeah.
movie, which is actually the first movie I remember watching as a kid.
That's great.
I was 4,
But you remember watching
but I
it.
remember
Yeah.
watching
No.
it. And Peter Jackson did another Kong, and,
Yeah.
and so Kong has been done a countless number of movies,
Yeah.
11 to be exact, and this movie will be Kong's 12th movie.
And, you know, if you saw Skull Island Kong,
Yeah, he's
That-
gotten quite big.
he's big
He's
there.
105 feet tall, I think, in that movie.
Mhm.
And then we've seen the trailer recently with Godzilla vs. Kong, and he's basically the same height as Godzilla.
Right.
Godzilla is 395 feet tall in that movie.
Yeah. So what we have to assume
Woo, he grew a lot.
is since 1970s or whenever that Kong Skull Island, he grew a lot in 40 years.
So I think to do this, we have to measure this by the 5 S's.
What are the 5 S's? Oh,
Smart, size, skills, strength, and special abilities.
All right.
There we go.
So,
Why was that so hard?
I don't know.
Zane today is going to take the side of Godzilla, obviously.
Yeah, well, sure.
And I'm going to take the side of Kong. and see who we think will win at the end. Will win this thing. So let's start with smarts.
You know, Godzilla isn't known as this brainiac being. He's a force of nature, not an intelligent, like an overly intelligent being. That's the thing, is like you can have the 60s version where he communicates and
What?
looks ridiculous. Or you've got that idea where he's the comeback for revenge for the planet kind of deal.
That's right. And now Kong, on the other hand, seems to be a little more intelligent.
Oh, by far.
He's at least, like most primates, have the ability to communicate somewhat with sign language.
Yeah.
And he does seem to be able to communicate with humans in a way that I don't think Godzilla's ever been able to.
He shows throughout the entire filmography a measure of reason at figuring things out.
In a primate's brain would clearly be bigger than...
Oh,
if he's based on a lizard, let's just say, at that level, aquatic lizard.
Yeah.
He's still brain smaller than Kong. So.
Oh, yeah, by far. Godzilla will outmass the Kong. And in this movie, it's clear he's about 60 feet taller. It's going to be something like that.
395 feet. So he actually grew since the last Godzilla movie. I think in the Godzilla movie, he was like 360, 330 feet. Now he's 395 feet. So he even grew. So that nuclear really is setting him up for a big win.
So he is larger. And as we know in the natural world, big reptilian are the top of their food chain, period.
Now, also, though, Godzilla is known for taking down an entire damn building. Have you ever seen Kong take down an entire building?
No, he has not.
So, now, clearly, size does matter in this case. Now, Kong, on the other hand, in his original movie, he was only 18 feet tall, and he's grown up to 50 feet tall, and now he's at 395 feet tall. I'm kind of interested in what kind of real damage he can do based on his size. I still tend to lean toward, I think Godzilla may be stronger.
Yeah. Even
though Kong's arms are bigger. Because, I mean, really, Kong's not necessarily Godzilla's not really doing push-ups.
Yeah.
But I think, he's got that tail, so I think maybe Godzilla's tail might take him out.
Godzilla, he's strong.
Yeah.
He's got teeth.
He does.
Which he can use. He's got a tail that is devastating. He's going to use his tail as a weapon.
That's true.
The question is like it hasn't recently with Legendary Godzilla been depicted like he's good with it like a baseball bat. Kind of
so like in the old 1970s films where he's swinging it and hitting people with it?
Yeah. What I'm saying is he does have a skill set that's with him. But it's more brutish. It's more non-refined.
Now, there is something that Godzilla can do that King Kong clearly can't. Godzilla is like an alligator in water.
Oh.
So he can breathe underwater. He can swim.
Mm-hmm.
So in water, Kong is definitely going to be at a disadvantage because of the skill set that Godzilla has.
For sure.
Being an aquatic animal. So let's look at Kong. So Kong does have the ability. He is a gorilla.
Yeah.
Right? Sure. At least some form of a gorilla. So based on skill set alone, he can climb.
Yeah.
He can definitely get into heights that Godzilla can't do. Have you ever seen Godzilla actually climb a building?
No, he just
knocks
him down. Yeah, right.
Has learned the ability to be kind of like guerrilla warfare in a way. Pardon the pun.
You mean Kong?
Kong warfare.
Yeah, Kong warfare.
But he's figured out a way to actually use his environment to defeat his foes. Whereas I don't think Godzilla's environment is used as often as...
Yeah, he doesn't care. Godzilla, again, he's a force of nature. But Kong, look at Skull Island. He uses a giant boat propeller.
Yeah, hooked with a chain, right?
As a weapon. That is skill.
Strengths. Now, this comes down to just brute strength and abilities. I think this is going to be a tough one.
Yeah, I do too. So, I say we switch roles.
All right, let's do that.
You tell me about Zilla. I'll start by telling you about what I think about Kong.
All right, so Godzilla, right? Yeah. He already is impervious to the fact of most natural weapons.
Absolutely.
Because he's a nuclear creature. So it takes a nuclear-style device to stop him. So his strength alone in that. On top of that, he has an actual organ in his body that's able to create an electromagnetic pulse around his body, which makes him impervious to almost anything.
Right.
So there's not a lot of creatures coming in being able to get through that. Here's the other thing. He has a huge amount of teeth, and as Bobby Boucher's mama would say,
Mama says that Alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth but no toothbrush.
Godzilla is no different. He takes a bite down on you, you're gonna feel it.
But when you talk about Kong's strength, which you were alluding to, and if we just scaled up a real ape
Yeah,
to Kong's size,
right.
how much could Kong pick up and really be throwing around?
So a gorilla can lift 10 times his weight. That's a regular gorilla. So
Yeah.
that comes out to about 4,500 pounds.
Wow.
So Kong is 395 feet tall now.
Yeah.
Based on that, he should be able to lift 175 tons.
Yeah.
So, you know that ship in the trailer that they're fighting
Yeah.
on? He should be able to just pick that up and throw it at Godzilla.
Right. So it should be fair to say that we should see a tail grab from Kong and him going to be chunking some Zilla.
He's going to be able to throw Godzilla,
Yeah.
no problem.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I think this is one of those cases where we're going to have a hard time deciding who wins in
Yeah,
this.
it's like
They're
Kong
evenly matched.
Kong will display his strength by doing big, grandiose things. Godzilla's strength is almost because he's so earth-ethereal and just rooted into the dirt.
And I think we're missing one of the big things. So, like, Kong usually fights to just be able to live,
Yeah.
survive. But we have seen Kong actually walk away from fights before,
Sure.
just to survive.
Yeah.
Godzilla, I don't think I've ever seen Godzilla stop.
No.
So you knock Godzilla down, he does not take a step back.
Right.
Godzilla just charges forward again when he gets up.
Yeah.
So he's way more hyper aggressive than Kong is. But we have never seen a primal, crazed Kong at 395
Right.
feet before either. Godzilla comes with a cadre of special skills.
He's got atomic breath.
That's right. He can shoot this laser out of his that will just put holes in
Yeah.
anything, right?
That's correct.
That's pretty. I mean, a nuclear blast out of your mouth alone.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how Kong's gonna deal with that. Now, I would say he also has the ability to do what is called a nuclear pulse. So once we've seen him in movies where Godzilla basically finally decimates a whole area by exploding.
Yeah.
There's no surviving that. If that happens,
There's nothing you can do
Kong
about
just
that.
better get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, that's the thing. And you know, let's go back to the real idea of special ability, and let's be honest. Kong's intelligence is also his special
that's
ability.
a special ability. He can build tools.
He can make
We've seen it
tools,
now.
or at least use tools.
That's right.
So, spoiler, in the trailer, the atomic breath weapon's being utilized. Kong is jumping up in the air.
And he's using a giant axe, right, to block that blast.
And how's he doing that? Because the axe is a giant back spine or scale off of, looks like.
Yeah, it looks
off of
like one of
Godzilla.
these scales that's on Godzilla been attached to a piece of wood or a tree.
Yeah, and there's something. And so I feel like,
And there's some serious shit going on
that
there.
right there tells me that Kong has got a skill set, a legitimate special ability that goes with it because of his.
And most gorillas' fighting style is very similar to wrestling.
Yeah.
So Kong does understand takedowns.
That's right.
So I can see him putting Godzilla in a headlock, and pile driving that son of a bitch.
'Cause, I mean, let's face it. When it came to the strength, I felt like nobody really won that category.
I think you're right. I think when it came to skill,
Skill was Kong.
yeah, I think so. And then I think when it comes to special abilities, Godzilla's gonna be a really hard one.
Yeah, his special ability is on his own. It's not having to use a tool, but at the same time, it's so hard to compare.
Yeah.
I just feel like this is going to end up in a draw.
Maybe. So here's the thing. What about you guys? Do you guys think that Godzilla is going to defeat Kong in this movie, or will Kong prevail? I mean, we're having a hard time today deciding that. Which, how do we solve this problem? We have to do it the old whiskey pop way.
Uh-oh.
So I got an idea.
And that is?
Let me go get it.
Oh my God. You realize that we still have other things to shoot.
We couldn't solve the feat of strength real well. So I thought what we would do today is just take an egg. A common egg, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing special about an egg.
Oh, shit.
And I thought what we would do is see who could crush an egg fastest. Barehanded. Hold the egg. And when I say go, I want you to try to crush it in your hand.
Now do I need to put my fingers into it?
No, you gotta try to crush it with your hand. There you go. You gotta try to grip it and crush it with your hand.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Are you going?
I'm going, dude. Are you not going?
This is like rock.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
it's nuts, right?
Yeah.
So clearly, we're not gonna be able to win
got
this
red in my
match. No matter what we
Ah, nope.
do. So, yeah, we're just not gonna be able to resolve this today. So, I guess we're just gonna have to wait next week and find out. In the meantime, you guys continue to be geeky. We'll see you next week. Cheers. Get